Have you ever looked in the mirror right after a fresh pixie cut and thought, wait, something's off? Maybe it looked incredible in the photo you brought in, but on you, it just doesn't hit the same level. Your hair feels flatter than you pictured. Your face looks different than you expected. Or the whole style is suddenly harder to manage than it looked online. If that's you, then you are not alone. And by the end of this video, you'll know exactly why that happens and exactly how to fix it. A pixie cut can be one of the most flattering, most sophisticated, most confidence-boosting hairstyles a woman over 60 can wear. Done right, it sharpens your features, draws attention straight to your eyes, and gives you that effortless, polished look so many of us are chasing as we get older. But here's the catch nobody tells you at the salon. A pixie isn't automatically flattering just because it's short. The difference between a haircut that makes people stop and stare and one that leaves you quietly regretting your decision in the car ride home usually comes down to a handful of small fixable details. Today, I'm breaking down the 7 biggest pixie cut mistakes women over 60 make, and more importantly, exactly what to do instead. Whether you're thinking about your first pixie, you already have one, or you're ready to refresh your current short style, and stay with me to the end, because mistake number 7 is the one almost nobody talks about. Before we begin, if you enjoy practical beauty and fashion advice created especially for women over 60, take a moment to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss a new video. Let's get into it. Mistake 1. Choosing a pixie that doesn't suit your face shape. The number 1 mistake? Choosing a pixie simply because it looks stunning on someone else. You know the drill. You find a gorgeous photo online, screenshot it, bring it to your stylist and say, I want exactly this. Here's the problem. A haircut doesn't exist in a vacuum. The exact same pixie will look completely different depending on your face shape, your proportions, your hair texture, and your features. Your face shape especially matters, because the right cut creates balance and the wrong one can accidentally exaggerate the very features you'd rather soften. Let's break it down. Round face? A flat pixie with little height can widen your face even more. Instead, add a bit of height at the crown and keep softness at the sides to create a more elongated look. Square face. Sharp, angular layers can emphasize the jawline. A softer pixie with textured layers and gentle movement helps ease those strong angles. Long face? Too much height on top will stretch your face further. Add fullness at the sides instead to bring things back into balance. The goal was never to hide your face shape. It's to work with it. Here's the one sentence that will change your next salon visit. Instead of asking your stylist to copy a photo exactly, say, I love this overall look. How can we adapt it to my face shape? That single question opens the door for your stylist to adjust the length of your sides, the height of your crown, the shape of your fringe, and the amount of texture, building a pixie designed specifically for you, not for the model in the photo. The best pixie was never the one that's trending. It's the one that makes your own features look their absolute best. Before we reveal the second mistake, if you're enjoying these timeless style tips, this is the perfect moment to tap the like button. And if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to Ageless Fashion. Mistake 2. Ignoring your natural hair texture. Mistake number 2 is ignoring what your hair actually wants to do. This one becomes especially important after 60, because hair texture genuinely changes over time. It can get finer, thinner, drier, coarser, curlier, or just plain less predictable than it used to be. That's completely normal, but your haircut has to be chosen to work with those changes, not against them. One of the easiest traps to fall into is picking a pixie based entirely on someone else's hair. You see a thick, sleek pixie with beautiful volume and movement. You love it. But if your hair is naturally fine and delicate, copying that exact cut can give you a very different result. If your hair is fine or thinning, too many short, choppy layers can actually make hair look thinner, not fuller. Instead, ask for a slightly longer pixie with carefully placed layers. That creates the illusion of density while still giving you movement. Your stylist may also intentionally keep certain areas a little fuller instead of removing extra weight. If your hair is thick, coarse, wavy, or curly, the strategy flips. You're not trying to shrink everything down, you're trying to control the bulk while preserving that natural movement. If you have curls, work with a stylist who genuinely understands curl patterns, so the cut is shaped around your curls instead of forcing them into a structure they were never meant to hold. And here's an important rule to remember. Don't fight your hair every single morning. If your pixie demands that you straighten, flatten, spray, brush, and completely reshape every section just to make it behave, that's a sign the cut isn't working with your natural texture. A great pixie should make your routine easier, not harder. A quick word on products because the right one makes a real difference. Fine hair, lightweight mousse or a volumizing spray. Wavy or curly hair, a lightweight curl cream. Thicker hair, a small amount of smoothing cream. Notice the theme? Lightweight. You want to enhance your natural texture, not bury it under layers of product. Mistake 3. Getting bangs wrong in either direction. Bangs can completely transform a pixie cut, but they're often misunderstood, and women tend to swing to one of two extremes. Some avoid bangs entirely, worried they're too youthful or too trendy for this stage of life. Others overcorrect and go for thick, blunt bangs that end up dominating the entire haircut. Neither approach is necessary. The right fringe softens your features, frames your eyes beautifully, and gives your pixie that final polished touch. For many women, soft, side-swept bangs are the sweet spot. They add movement across the forehead without covering the face completely, and they're flexible. Sweep them to one side, add a little fullness, or push them back entirely when you want a more open look. Another beautiful option is a soft curtain-style fringe. Rather than a heavy line across the forehead, curtain bangs gently frame the face and blend seamlessly into the rest of the cut. What you want to avoid: bangs that are too thick, too blunt, or that look disconnected from the rest of the haircut. Your fringe should feel like part of the pixie, not a separate piece stuck on top of it. And remember, bangs need to be customized to your hair texture, just like the rest of the cut. Fine hair often needs a lighter fringe. Thicker hair usually needs careful weight removal. Curly hair needs an entirely different approach, since curls spring upward as they dry. Before the scissors even come out, talk to your stylist about your real life. Do you want something nearly effortless? Do you enjoy styling your hair? Do you wear glasses? Do you want your eyes to be the main focal point? These details matter because the right bangs were never about looking younger. They're about looking balanced, polished, and completely like you. Mistake 4. Waiting too long between trims. Here's something that surprises a lot of first-time pixie wearers. Short hair does not mean zero maintenance. In fact, pixies often need more frequent trims than longer styles, not less. Why? Because every bit of growth changes the shape. When your hair is long, an extra inch is barely noticeable. With a pixie, that same inch can completely change the silhouette. The sides get heavier. The neckline loses its clean definition. The crown starts falling flat. And suddenly, the haircut that looked sharp and structured 6 weeks ago now feels messy and hard to style. For most women, a trim every 4 to 6 weeks is a solid starting point, though your exact schedule depends on how fast your hair grows and how precise you want to keep the shape. Here's the good news. A trim doesn't have to mean reinventing the whole style every time. Often, your stylist just needs to clean up the neckline, reshape the sides, and restore the structure around your face. Regular maintenance also gives you built-in opportunities for small adjustments. A little more length on the bangs, a bit more texture, a softer neckline, or maybe a touch more volume. These small tweaks keep your pixie feeling fresh without forcing a total overhaul. And there's a bonus. A well-maintained pixie is simply easier to style day to day. When the shape is right, your hair naturally falls into place. So don't think of regular trims as a burden. Think of them as protecting the investment you already made in your haircut. Mistake 5. Choosing a color that works against your features. Mistake number 5 has nothing to do with the shape of your haircut and everything to do with color. You can have a flawlessly designed pixie, but the wrong color can undercut the entire look. As we age, our skin tone and complexion shift, which means a color that looked fantastic at 35 might not have the same effect at 65. One common misstep is going dramatically darker than your natural coloring. Very dark hair can create strong contrast around the face, which can make certain lines and shadows more noticeable than you'd like. But swinging to the opposite extreme isn't automatically the fix either. An overly cool, flat platinum shade can wash out your complexion, especially without any dimension built into the color. The goal is balance. If you're embracing your gray, that doesn't mean settling for flat, one-dimensional color. Soft silver tones, subtle variation, and a few carefully placed highlights can add real depth and richness. Blonde, warmer, creamier tones tend to look softer than an icy, cool shade. Brunette, subtle caramel, honey, or warm highlights add dimension without a dramatic transformation. You don't necessarily need a whole new color to see a big difference. Sometimes a simple gloss or a few strategic highlights is all it takes. One especially effective technique is adding subtle brightness around the face, which draws the eye upward and creates a more illuminated look overall. The bottom line: choose your color based on your complexion and natural coloring, not because a shade happens to be trending. Your color should support your haircut, never compete with it. Before we reveal the sixth mistake, if you're enjoying these timeless style tips, this is the perfect moment to tap the like button. And if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to Ageless Fashion. Mistake 6. Overstyling the pixie. Now let's talk about something that can quietly ruin an otherwise beautiful pixie in minutes. Too much product. Pixies get praised for being low maintenance, but plenty of women accidentally turn them into a high-maintenance chore by trying too hard to control every strand. Gel, then wax, then hairspray, then another layer of product because one section won't cooperate. Before long, the hair feels stiff, heavy and crunchy, and instead of looking modern and effortless, it looks overly constructed. Here's the rule to remember. With a pixie, less is almost always more. You don't need to control every single strand. A little natural movement actually makes the cut look more sophisticated and current. Start small. Fine hair, a small amount of volumizing mousse for lift without weight. Texture, a light texturizing spray for separation and movement. Smoothing, a very small amount of cream or serum. And instead of aggressively brushing your hair into place, try your fingertips instead. They create a softer, more natural finish. Lift the roots slightly. Separate a few pieces. Sweep the fringe into place. Then stop. You don't have to make every strand perfect. If your hair is naturally wavy or curly, let that texture become part of the style, not something to fight against. The real beauty of a pixie is its personality. It should look like you don't spend 2 hours forcing every hair into submission. Mistake 7. Going way too short too soon. And now the mistake that surprises the most women. Going dramatically short all at once. If you've worn medium length or long hair for decades, jumping straight into an ultra-short pixie can be a much bigger emotional and visual shift than you expect. Hair is more than hair for many of us. It's been part of our identity for years. So when several inches or even feet disappear in a single appointment, the change can feel far bigger than anticipated. Even if the haircut itself is beautifully done, you may still need time to get comfortable seeing yourself in a new way. And that's completely okay. That's exactly why easing into a pixie is often the smarter move. Consider starting with a slightly longer pixie one that keeps a bit of extra length around the ears, neckline, or fringe. This gives you flexibility. You can tuck sections behind your ears, play with a bit of volume, experiment with different textures, and most importantly, figure out how you actually feel about short hair before committing fully. If you love it, going shorter at your next appointment is easy. It's much simpler to remove another half-inch than to instantly regret removing too much. A longer starter pixie is also a great transition option if you're nervous about such a dramatic change. There is absolutely nothing wrong with taking your time. So the next time you're in the chair, don't be afraid to say, "I would rather start slightly longer and see how I feel." A good stylist will completely understand and respect that. The real secret to a great pixie after 60. So what have we learned today? The perfect pixie was never about following one universal rule. It's about customization. Your face shape matters. Your hair texture matters. Your bangs matter. Your maintenance routine matters. Your color matters. Your styling habits matter. And maybe most importantly, your comfort level matters. A pixie should fit your life, not the other way around. If you don't want to spend 30 minutes styling every morning, tell your stylist. If you want to embrace your gray, tell them. If you have fine hair and want the appearance of more fullness, tell them. If you're nervous about going too short, say so out loud. Your stylist can't design around needs they don't know you have. And here's something worth sitting with. Being over 60 doesn't mean settling for a safe, boring hairstyle. If anything, this can be one of the most exciting times to experiment because by now, you actually know yourself. You know what you like. You know what you're comfortable with. And you don't have to chase a trend just because everyone else is. Choose what makes you feel confident. Choose what makes your mornings easier. Choose what highlights the features you love most. And above all, choose a haircut that feels like you. If you're considering a pixie, don't walk into the salon thinking you need to completely reinvent yourself. Think of it instead as refining what you already have. Sometimes the smallest adjustment, a softer fringe, a little extra length, better texture, or a more flattering color is all it takes to completely transform the result. So before you go, I want to ask you, which of these 7 pixie mistakes have you experienced, or which one are you most worried about making? Drop it in the comments below. Your answer might be exactly what helps another woman finally take the leap into short hair. And if this video helped you, hit like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss our next hairstyle and beauty video for women over 60. When you're ready, check out the video on your screen right now. It might just help you discover your next favorite look. Because remember, beautiful hair was never about looking like someone else. It's about finding the style that brings out the very best version of you. And sometimes all it takes is the right cut,